So we are live. Did you get any shooting done in the last couple of weeks? Oh, other than the ORPS, other than meddling ORPS a couple of times?
Just the one.
Where'd you finish fourth? So many, you can't
October.
remember.
How you guys doing?
Hey, good, man. We're just, we are sort of live right now.
Just sort of, eh?
Yeah, we're sort of live. Yeah, how are you? Happy birthday, Thomas.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And I'm happy to hear
You guys do anything
your...
to celebrate this year?
spent the afternoon at the range.
Oh, nice.
It's about as good as it's going to get. We went out to lunch. Well, my wife and I,
Yeah.
Kimani and I, for lunch. And then I
Yeah.
hit the range for the afternoon. And that's about as good as it's going to get for a Wednesday. Got to
That's not bad.
leave work early. No, it was nice.
Good.
Shot a little bit of
Could always
skeet.
be worse,
I
eh?
did, yeah. I did a little bit of maple seed style practice.
Nice.
I spent most of the weekend at a 2-day event in Stittsville. So, I don't know. I get this every time I. Thank you. Every time I participate as an instructor in a maple seed, I get really jealous of people shooting and me standing behind. So.
I hear you. I got some pretty cool news to share about maple seed. Yeah, we just wrapped
Awesome.
up in Winnipeg. Well, not cool news. Some fun stats. Not fun stats. Just I'm using anecdote. Awesome. Hey, Doug, how's it going, buddy? Can't wait. 3 more weeks till the finale.
So you're on your way home now.
I'm in Marathon, Ontario.
You're on your way home.
You're practically home.
I'm on my way home. I'm practically home. I'm only one province away. I left Winnipeg last night. Yeah, last night. So I'm
pretty
on my way home.
That's the tough part of that drive because you're just constantly circling the lakes.
Yeah, it's beautiful though. It's probably one of the most breathtaking parts of Canada.
Oh yeah.
It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous.
It's a shame. I've never done it on this side, but I've driven to Chicago, well, twice, there and back.
Yeah.
And that area,
Man,
which you're just on the other side of the lakes, is just so long.
Yeah. It's super nice from Thunder Bay, from Kenora to I guess to Wawa, Sudbury. Yeah, it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. Yeah. Got to do it in the daytime though, because when you do it at night, you don't see much.
Well, you basically just finished the grandest scenery.
Yeah. I'm working my way into the interior now.
Yeah, no, it'll be pretty boring for the next couple hours.
Yeah. I think we're almost 9 o'clock here. Yes, it is pretty nice, Dan. It is pretty nice. Yeah. Kenora looks like a cool place to be. Oh, I guess we're 9 o'clock already. Let me get the intro going, and we'll get this kicked off. Stand by, please. Stand by. Well, let's try this one. I'm not sure that worked out right with the time lag. Did you guys see it at all? I don't know. Anyway, good evening, folks. It's Rick Antonio, the Rickster, broadcasting live from the mobile studio in Marathon, Ontario, at the conclusion of the 2021 Western Tour. What a tour it's been. I want to thank all of the shooters from east to west who partook in the series this year. I want to thank our sponsor, Tesro.ca, for their continued support of the podcast, and all our fabulous sponsors who make this series possible. What a couple of months It's been exactly 2 months since I left home. Almost 2 months. I'll be home 2 months. I left September 6th. I'll be home Friday. I'll be swinging past Ottawa Friday. Got to deliver. Someone asked me to drop off a package from Nanaimo to Ottawa since I was going to be in the area. I said, sure, why not? So anyway,
Oh,
how's it
that's
going,
interesting.
boys? How's it going?
Very good. Very good.
Yeah, everyone's been
Nice.
shooting.
I haven't been shooting much, I'll have to admit. It's dark too early.
Maybe because you
Yes.
shot all your ammo already this year, John.
No, I got more coming.
Oh, do you?
Or it's supposed to. Asmir found me a case of the lot number of Ely match I wanted, and he was
Oh,
hoping it would
nice.
come in shortly. So
Oh, nice.
yeah,
Nice. I got to stock up on match too. I've been shooting match pistol this whole trip. Seems to be
yeah,
How's
working
it
all right.
working out? It's good.
It's working all right. Yeah, it's good enough.
good enough.
So let's talk about the Go Big Tactical Sniper Series Extreme match at Twisted Rooster Ranch, won by a Savage Mark II. And
That's awesome.
Serious?
there were deuces, there were voodoos, there were Rimaxes. These guys cleaned house. Scott Chitchell and Ryan Christie just kicked butt all weekend, man. Their win calls were bang on. They were working like a team. It was amazing to watch. Yeah, yeah. I tried to keep up, but it just wasn't working for me. The wind kicked our butts. It was pretty stiff wind. It was like shooting against the wind tunnel. But these guys knew how to shoot. Looks like they've been working together for a while, even though they hadn't. They were like an old married couple, you know.
Oh, nice.
Plus, they were competing in the hardcore extreme category, which meant they slept out overnight.
Oof.
And
Oh, so you guys
yeah,
actually did all that, huh? Ooh.
yeah, it was -7, -9 overnight, -7 the night they slept out, and they just had a bivy bag. They didn't even have a tent, so they just slept out al fresco, face to the wind. It was pretty tough. I wouldn't have done it,
Nice.
but it was good. The
Wonder if they'll do it again.
I don't know. No, summertime, yeah, for sure. Big shout out to Kurt Rooster for hosting. What a venue, man! What a venue. We're working on something big next year. It could be the potential home for the Nationals for 2022 in Saskatoon. So CRPS Nationals. It'll be like a Rimfire Fest week, where we're gonna have ELR practice and ELR, fun match, and then 2-day Nationals, Saturday, Sunday. So it'll be kind of like a week long event, so folks can. And we haven't picked a date yet for it, but we're waiting to finalize a couple of things. But that should
Start
be
buying some flowers for that.
a good time. Yeah, yeah. If it's only a week, my wife will be happy because I'll be home in like 2 weeks. That'll be like awesome. So I don't have to sell much for that.
Yeah.
But the format, so we use the NRL Hunter Series format, but we kind of use as a team. So we had 5-minute stages. We had both shooters shot the same course of fire. So there was no broken up. You do this, I do that. We both shoot, but we take turns shooting the course of fire. So if you take a long time, then you screw your partner because he's only got like 30 seconds.
Right.
Sorry, Cole. I did that to my partner Cole on day 2 there. There was just some of the targets I just couldn't see. That the sun was in the wrong spot or I wasn't in the wrong spot. We had some targets buried in the trees, and we had the teeny tiny targets, like a tiny 3-inch triangle, and it wasn't good. It wasn't good, but it was fun. It was fun. We had 20 stages, 10 and 10, and we must have walked about 2.5K each day. We just kind of walked around the property, and we had stuff tucked in everywhere along a berm. So it was pretty cool. Yeah, it was interesting to watch all the different teams, the different
That's
gear,
awesome.
and kind of how they communicated. So I think it's a cool format. I'd love to keep that going, and then we've got cool ideas for next year as well. Kind of make it even harder, take advantage of the terrain more. So there'll be a bunch of guys kind of coming together to help make that happen. Put some really challenging stages together. For first time riding it worked out pretty well. I'm pretty happy with it. So yeah.
So how did you do it for ROing?
We had one. So we only had one squad. So we had 5 teams, 10 shooters. So we had a dedicated RO and a dedicated spotter. So
Oh,
that
so
was
they just ran with the squad or whatever you
yeah,
want to say.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So
yeah.
we walked as a group. So the first group that was up, they'd come up. Everyone else would hang back 25, 30 meters away, so you couldn't see the course of fire. Well, sometimes
Yeah.
obviously you could see it if it wasn't too hidden. You could tell it was going to be 1 or 2 targets or X number of positions. But the format's cool because you don't have to do any measuring. You have to do some rough ideas of if it's this rough distance, then it's this size steel. Within the boundaries of the possibilities. You know, so we were shooting out to 270, 280 using 12-inch and 2/3 IPSCs,
Hmm.
and then we had some small 3-inch targets. You know, and everything in between from there. And the format is it's either 1 target, 2 targets, or 4 targets, and then based on the number of targets, it decided the number of positions you were going to shoot. So, which was cool. So 1 target had 4 positions, 2 targets had 2 positions, and then 4 targets had 1 position. Yeah.
That
So it's
sounds
5
great.
minutes. Like, I guess you had to find the targets.
Yeah. Find the targets, range them, and then
Okay,
get your
so they
doe.
did do the ranging.
Yeah, yeah. You have to range. You
Yeah,
have to range.
yeah.
So find it, range it, and engage it. And then the smart teams were dividing and conquering. So both guys would range it. So you have a lot of the errors we made were just we just didn't hit the right target. So we were either long or short, depending on what was in front or behind it. And then so that screwed up any kind of accurate trajectories. And then other teams were having one guy set up the double stages. They were all 8-round stages. All the stages were 8 rounds. So you had 4 engagements, and you had two rounds per engagement. So you had 2 points of the first round hit, 1 point on the second round hit, and after 2 shots, it was a dead target. You had to move on to either the next target or the next position. So it was pretty fast, pretty
But
fast.
if you were to always do first round impacts, then you'd only do 4 shots.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is
Yeah.
which is pretty nice. So it was a relatively low round count. So max round count was going to be 160.
Hmm.
So 10 stages, 8 rounds, 80. You'd average maybe 120. So the winners came in at 120, 124, and 123. The winning team.
That's pretty good.
So
It's
they
impressive.
both shot about 120 out of yeah out of a possible 160. No, what's the possible? 2 8 possible highest possible score is 160. So not bad. I don't know what that comes out to, but it's a cool format. You really had to decide what you were carrying. I was traveling light. I just had a sticky game changer and a tripod, and then we had a tripod with a tack table. That was pretty much, and obviously the Kev fat bag.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that
guess
was it.
something I read between the lines here is, practicing using your rangefinder in difficult situation, and also having the ability to figure out when you caught something other than your target. Um,
Yeah, I think that's where most of the time is,
yeah,
and then
maybe
being
worth
able to
actually.
find the target.
You laze it, but you also mill it in your scope to get a second opinion
You can. Yeah,
that is not affected by
yeah,
trees,
correct,
and
correct.
reflections and stuff like that. So,
Yeah,
because I think if you're milling
yeah.
prone or on a tripod, you're stable enough to get pretty
Oh
darn
yeah,
close.
for sure,
So,
for sure.
just have to learn.
Yeah, that that probably would have been the safer bet, faster if you had the
That's cool.
reference
I
chart.
like that. That's
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh wait, yeah. If you need to know the size of the target, obviously. Right. Yeah,
Yeah,
you have to
or
know the size of the
just
target.
plug it into your Kestrel and it's quick. So
Yeah.
The other thing is if
That
you're
was
a
good.
tenth of a mil off when you mill it, you're gonna be so far off you'll miss.
yeah, but would you be so far that the idea is to validate what you got off your laser rangefinder, right? If all you
Yeah.
do is two people range and you both get 150, but really it was 165, I think you could tell the difference by milling it
Yeah.
and say, no, we're catching something. We're want a branch or
Yeah.
something.
Depends on time. I think most
You'd
guys
have
are
to be
confident enough with two
significantly
people.
out.
Yeah. But again,
If you were
the
to,
issue is, go ahead.
I think you'd be better off ranging in front, behind, and then the target. Like always
Yeah,
doing
maybe.
3 measurements than you
Yeah.
would be to try to mill it. Because if you're, what did you say your target sizes were at 2?
We had a smallest was a 3 inches. Smallest was a 3 inches. Largest was a 12-inch at 270.
It's like
So
your
it's
200-yard targets were. What were your
60.
200-yard targets usually?
200 targets probably.
It's a little under a mil, I guess. 0.8
Probably
maybe.
be 12 inches. Either a 12 or a 2/3 zip stick.
Which is 12 width.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just over a mil basically. At 200,
Yeah.
at 300, you're at about a mil, right? So
Yeah. That's
anyway,
pretty cool though. Tons of
bottom
fun.
line is that's one more strategy that you have to step up
Yeah.
to the plate prepared,
Yeah.
because if you try to figure it out as you
Yeah.
go, it's going to cost you some time.
Ranging and wind. Ranging particularly, and reading the wind or having a wind strategy are the two key things. Like getting into position wasn't that bad because you're either shooting prone or off a tripod. We had a couple of mandatory standing or kneeling stages, so that was fun. Yeah, and the problem with burying targets in the woods is you're hitting trees all the time with your rangefinder. So that's the hard part. So you
Yeah.
almost need like a really, really discreet rangefinder, right? So I don't know what those would be. Yeah,
Leica.
Yeah, I think.
Leica.
Yeah,
Leica.
like my Sig Kilo, I think has I can't remember. I want to say it's a 1.6 MOA dot. Does that make any sense? So basically, like the diffraction on it. So a small target in a busy landscape, it's
Busy
really
background.
really
Yeah,
hard to pick up.
it's going to be the next gear race. I mean, it's definitely a fun match format that I would love to shoot again and set up again. Just need the right venue for it, And we'll get
Who
Kevin and Ron Sharp talking about their extreme sniper marksman competition in December, because that'll be a
were
little
you
bit different.
involved in the course of fire on that one, or did the local
No,
match
that's
director take care of everything?
which one? The Twisted Rooster,
Yeah, Twisted
Saskatoon.
Rooster.
No, I was humping targets. Yeah. Me and Jens
Okay,
was a volunteer, a local volunteer. So
nice.
we drove posts and hung targets, and roughly it's toward that area, and it's roughly between the range. Yeah. So me knowing the course of fire didn't help. Or
Yeah,
I've got a very bad memory, so that works in terms of the fairness.
you and me both.
Yeah. So it was good.
I
Yeah.
I get that all the time during matches.
Yeah.
Didn't you write the course of fire? Yeah, and then I wrote
Yeah.
another one and another one. So I
Yeah.
have no
You know
idea.
how many stages I've written in the last 5 years? Way too
Yeah,
many. I was just happy to be able to drop steel and move on. But the winds
that's
really
cool.
picked up. I mean, there was no wind for like the 3 days before, and then Saturday, Sunday Saturday was the worst windy day.
That's usually
2 to
how
3
it
mil
works out.
sometimes. Yeah, that's always the way.
Oof.
That's always the way. So, but it was good. Yeah. Those competition rifles are heavy, man. Lugging that thing around for 2 days. That was the hardest part. I had a sling on it, but it wasn't comfortable. I got to find a better way. So, yeah, it's cool though. Yeah, super
You
fun.
still running an ACC?
Yep, ACC fully loaded. I
Yeah.
shot the Voodoo this
Yeah.
weekend with a Mark
They're
V.
not the most comfortable to sling up on your back there. Lots of
No,
sharp
plus
edges.
I had the Kev Fat and the Sky Pod on it, and yeah, but you made it work. It wasn't that bad. It was just heavy. It's the weight.
Right.
I was just using a regular USGI sling. I think if I got one with like a Vickers Tactical padded strap. I think that'd be different, or a biathlon double shoulder sling, or some guys had the rifle bags, which
Yeah.
would be cool. But I'm too short to use one of those things, man.
Well,
The,
yeah,
The
I know Matt
rifle,
had.
the rifle drag on the ground.
exactly. That's what would happen if I slung it on. You'd be like a gnome carrying a backpack with a rifle in it.
It also takes a fair amount of time to get it in there too. So I mean, if you're
They seem to
walking a
be.
decent distance, it's
Yeah,
worth it. But
yeah. You had time though, because you shot and you had to wait for all the others.
right,
Because we moved as a squad, so
okay,
it was wait, shoot, wait, walk, wait, shoot, wait, walk. So there was enough time to put it in. Some guys came up with some pretty inventive ways to use the. Some guys would just shoot off their tripod, still strapped up to their bags. It was stable enough.
oh
That
yeah,
was my partner on day 2. Cole did that. It was working well for him. So, yep, he kind of had a hog saddle type thing on it. So it was good. Yeah, definitely would do it again. I put together some pretty conservative stage layouts. I didn't want to bury too many of the targets in the woods because I didn't know how hard it was going to be. And I don't think I'd do 100% in the woods next time. Maybe I'll do 25, 40% just to see. But it's tough to find. It's tough to find. But again, you
that's
can, yeah.
that's definitely
Right.
one of my weak point. I mean, even at venues like Ron Sharp's, Battle
Yeah.
Hill, um, every time he buries these small
Yeah.
targets where the stream goes underneath
Yeah.
the treehouse,
Yep.
I struggle every time.
Yeah. The nice thing about a partner is that you have 2 sets of eyes looking for it.
True.
And then when you're behind the rifle, you can look where your rifle's pointing and say more to the left, more to the right.
Yeah.
And so Cole saved my butt a few times that way. There was one time that nothing was going to help me, and I ate up like 4 minutes out of the 5, and all he had was 1 minute to burn 8 rounds. So that was there was one stage that I kind of felt bad about screwing him over for time. Sorry, Cole, but it was fun. It
So
was
when
fun.
you were looking for targets, did you split the field half and
No,
half?
we just both went left to right or right to left, whichever way you're more comfortable, and you could say saw it. Yeah. Oh, Deuce with a carbon and HNT 26. Yeah, that would be super setup, Kareem. Oh, hey, Kareem, you may want to look at the leaderboard for no reason whatsoever. Yeah, it did cross my mind as I was driving back. So, what would be the ultimate build for that? A Deuce. I don't know how we would balance though. That'd be so front heavy. I think
I'd like to see one of those HNT 26s.
they're nice. I had one in my hands a month ago.
Yeah.
They're pretty sexy. They're pretty sexy.
So like
Yeah,
if you were to take one of those and like he's got a carbon barrel, um, would it actually balance then? Maybe.
maybe. Or even like don't get a straight pipe profile. Turn it down to a profile that makes sense.
What?
Because you're only
Yeah, in a
shooting it.
carbon.
You're only shooting. Yeah. Like I don't know if carbon's that much lighter. Is it? What's the ultimate profile of that steel component? I guess that would be like a sporter profile with a carbon wrap on it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that would be the same. Man. Carbon's not really going to weigh much.
Yeah, I don't know what the lightest carbon is that IBI makes.
I'd get the carbon MTU profile.
Yeah.
They're
Well, if
pretty
you,
sexy. I saw a bunch at IBI when I visited.
yeah.
Yeah. So for those that are interested, we just updated the leaderboard. The leaderboard as of today includes all of the matches to date. All of the matches to date. So things have shaken up a little bit. And then we're just one more scoring match to go, which is the Eastern Championship. So everyone's got one last. So the Eastern guys, or if there's a Western guy that wants to fly out and just clinch his position, that would be awesome.
You mean come and
So you
get
can
his ass kicked?
Yeah, everybody says that, but let's wait and see in the Nationals next year in Saskatoon. We'll see. So that'll be a cool setup. That'll be a cool setup. Again, we're still trying to finalize all the details around that, but we're definitely working on a nationals somewhere in Saskatoon. Hopefully at the Twisted Rooster Ranch, and it's a beautiful property. Lots of room for camping, lots of room for really fun stages to be set up, and yeah, it'll be kind of like a week-long festival with some ELR thrown in for fun, and maybe a sniper series match, a one-day sniper series match, and a two-day nationals. All sorts of possibilities there, so you could just spend the week just banging away at steel with your gear. So
Hey Rick, where's the leaderboard on the CRPS
it's
website? I've got the
uh
classification report card and the rookie of the year, but
oh
not.
yeah.
Uh,
So if you just click on the leaderboard and not drop
Yeah.
down,
Oh, I
just
see.
click on it. Yeah. So yeah, it's
Oh,
there are a couple of ways. Yeah, that's my web skills at work there. Sorry, Thomas.
it's all good. Oh yeah, the
We haven't figured out a month yet, Rob. It's going to be in the summer month, July, August, maybe somewhere that fits into most people's vacation schedules. That's the plan anyway. So it'll be nationals. I mean, it's going to be its own independent competition. Yeah. What's the hey John?
best
There's a question
three.
on the best three for rookies.
Yeah.
That's fair. It's hard to use total matches because not everyone can shoot the same number of matches. Hey Cole, how's it going, buddy? I still feel bad, buddy. I still feel bad. Yeah, thanks for putting up with me. Oh, Steve, where did you end up, Steven? Are you in the top five? I
oh
think I saw
yeah.
your name
Well,
up there.
for the rookies, he's top. Let's see. I just saw his name. Yeah, he's
I think
third.
Yeah.
He's third
Yeah.
with one more match to go. Steven, are you shooting the finale? I think so, Rick. Thought I saw your name in there. Yeah.
He sure better.
Or Randy's gonna. Well, I know there's lots of room to jiggle all that stuff still. Top
Yeah.
three. Oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because it's
yeah,
a
yeah.
200 point match, right? So that's
I think we used 150,
No.
right, John?
Yeah, for the rookie points, it doesn't take in the bonus if it's a championship or not.
Also, just straight match, which is
It's
fair.
match points. Yeah,
Yeah, which is fair. Yeah,
yeah. So it's very much like what the report card would be. There is
yeah.
no such thing as match bonuses. It's just performance.
So, so the only thing about the report card is I shot too good. Now I'm in the B class, and I'm no longer top in C. So how do I? I just need to know. You need to tell me how many points I need to be top of C and not bottom of B. I'll say with you first, John. I need to cook the books there. Oh man, what else? What
I
else going
see.
on?
So you're back. I think last year you were a B, right?
Yeah, I thought I was a mid pack B last year, but I haven't
Yeah.
been practicing, and I don't take the matches seriously. So that's the thing. I forgot to. I was one rotation off again on one stage this weekend, and then what was the other one? I yeah didn't redial for one target that was different in distance, like all stupid regular bonehead, first time shooting a match mistakes.
No, you're right where you were last season.
Oh yeah,
Because you're
mediocre.
68 class points, and last year you were 67.6.
Oh, so I'm up 1 point.
Yeah, you're actually up.
Hey, look at
But you've
me.
only shot 6 matches this year.
only six.
Last year
Nice.
I must have
Last
like 12 last year.
year, 9.
9. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah. Your average match placement is up this year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nice. Thank you. I just like to come out and have a good time with the guys. That's my reason for shooting a match. Squad
But
2,
how do you
squad 2 for the
define a
win.
good time though?
Oh, I mean, trash talking everybody, making fun of all my fellow shooters.
Right, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
That's the best.
that's a good time. That's the best time for me, man. That's the best time for me. Yeah, get to look at gear.
Good, just kill it.
No way, Doug. Oh, there you go. Oh, Kareem's calling you out, John.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Come
yeah,
out
yeah.
to
Throwing
Kamloops.
down the gloves.
Oh, you
Yeah.
gotta come and shoot. Yeah,
I got
we'll get.
family just north of Saskatoon there, so
Oh, there you go.
yeah.
Could make it work, guys. Could make it work. We got to make it happen. Yeah, we'll try and book it. We're just waiting for a couple of things to get ironed out, and then we'll be able to announce it early in the year. We just got to let some things simmer, and then we'll nail down the 2022 nationals. And then I got to work on sponsors. It's going to be big.
Yet
Gonna
again.
try and get gonna try and get the vendors out there. Maybe a little mini expo. Like instead
Oh,
of
that'd be
shot
nice.
show, it'll be shit show. Shit show 2022. Oh, it's gonna be 22. Oh man, that's gonna be
Oh,
perfect.
that's
2022. Come on, it's gotta happen.
2022 King of .22.
yeah.
I know, right? Yeah, shit show 2022. It's gonna be great. Oh, it's just lining up, boys. It's just lining up. I just hope we can get the venue. We might have a couple of backup venues in the area. So apparently, there's no shortage of good shooting land out there. So sorry, Alex, can't do it, man. It's been such a crazy year. If I postpone one more match, someone's gonna shoot me. So I think you're getting sick, aren't you, Alex? You sound like, oh, you have a business trip, don't you, Alex?
Yeah.
There's got to be a way. Anyway, so that's pretty much the sniper series. I love the format. I think it's one that I'm gonna keep going, and yeah, that's easy to run. The thing is, you just need a lot of volunteers, spotter and an RO. Oh yeah, wedding. Yeah, sorry, buddy.
Yeah.
I know. Yes, Battle of the Badlands. It's still on my list, Doug. Yeah, Battle of the Badlands. Oh, it's gonna be awesome. Yeah. So that's it. What else is there? Yeah, so leaderboard is up. The CRPS leaderboard. The
I'll get the ORPS season wrapped up next week, I guess.
yeah,
And so we'll be able to put that up.
yeah. We just got to get November Course of Fire out. I
Yeah,
sent you that
I'll
one,
do
right?
that tomorrow. What's that?
Okay, no worries. No, I didn't get a chance to review it yet. I don't know if you had a chance yet.
No. But
No.
I'm going to skip. Matt sent me a almost ready to go Course of Fire, so I'm going to
Okay.
use that one. He's really put some serious thought into the stages, and I think they're great.
Good.
So we'll
Any
roll with that one tomorrow.
any chance someone's going to clean all the stages this month?
Say that again.
Any chance that someone's going to clean all the stages this month?
I haven't actually taken the time to look at the target size, but I don't. I'll make sure it doesn't happen. I know you don't want
All
that.
right. It does. It makes us look bad. It makes it look. I don't want these meatball matches.
Yeah, yeah. Fair enough.
Well,
Yeah.
it's kind of fun. Or like, okay, I don't shoot this ORPS stuff much, but um, the thing for me is when I come there, I know
Yeah.
that unless I do something stupid, which I did,
Yeah.
I'm going to clean the positional stages, and then I'm going to
Yeah.
tank the unsupported. So I'm shooting. Steve Tuscan and I are same squad, right?
Yeah.
So we're going. If make this mistake, I timed out on one of the stages because I had my bipod set all wrong. Anyway, so I'll lose a couple points, but that's a serious problem because I cannot get those back, right? So now I
Yeah.
have to hope he drops something, right? Like there's no room
Yeah.
for error, and I kind of like that
Yeah.
actually. Which
Yeah.
on the September Course of Fire, our last stage was the one where we had to sit on the chair
Mm-hmm.
and shoot the 50 and 75. I dropped my last shot on that one. And so I wasn't too happy. Like I should have had it, but you know. And then Steve shot it, and we were tied for points. So he was going to beat me, which he did anyway then because of the time stage. But I, I was watching him shoot, and and he's good. Like his fundamentals are really
Yeah.
good. And I was watching
Yeah.
his trigger. He's just perfect trigger pulls, perfect. Gets that last shot, and you
Oh
can
no.
see he breathed, settle in, and he was just sitting there, just ready to go. And I saw the end of his finger just twitch, just a little bit, and
Oh
he didn't
no.
pull the trigger. And so then I thought, aha! But he didn't. He didn't do a deep breathe cycle and reset, and he went for it. He missed. And you talk about follow through, right? You see a lot of guys they bounce on the trigger, right?
Yep.
And he doesn't do that. He pulled the trigger and he just froze. And you could just see everything in his mind, in his finger, his whole mental state. And I couldn't help but I laughed.
Nice.
he still beat me. But when it gets that tight, that's kind of fun actually.
Nice.
So
That's good.
yeah,
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. It can be tight with only a 50% hit rate too,
Yeah, it's a lot harder though.
Yeah,
It is a lot
but
harder.
true, the 25-yard KOL is way too easy.
I think we
Like
put that at 50.
So at the Western match we had it at 35, and that was 35 is okay.
Yeah.
But we had I'm going to save something for some of the Kamloops stages are going to be brought into the Eastern finale. There's a couple of fun, challenging stages there that hopefully Chris has got room for. Squeeze me
Pleasant
in.
torture.
Yeah. And we also have special stage from Marginet Metalworks. It'll be like the BNT stage from Magneto One. The little target cards. So we got a bunch of those for the match, and we got a couple of we have an accessory as the prize for that match. So we just have to figure out what distance it's going to be put at. So it's a 1 inch target.
I want to say it was at
77?
70-ish, yeah.
70? Yeah, be around there.
Yeah. It was at a
1 inch at 75 meters. That'd be all right, eh? What do you think, John? What's your group size at 75? You half inch?
Know. Somewhere between.
You're
at 100?
sub MOA. Yeah, at 100 you're sub MOA, right?
Yeah.
Ish. Yeah. Yeah, so that'd be all right. Between 75 and 100. It'll be a prone stage.
Oof, Dan, nobody likes to shoot support side. Stop it.
Yeah.
I have no issues.
I do. I like support side. I got no. See, you need to practice something. Oh, speaking of Sean Marginet, so Sean attended the Winnipeg Maple Seed on Tuesday. That was yesterday. Yeah, I was teaching Maple Seed yesterday in Winnipeg. So Sean Marginet scored rifleman. He scored a 249. 249. So for those who are keeping track, that's one away from a perfect score. So that's now incredible. Sean Marginet has the highest Maple Seed record score.
What was he shooting?
He was shooting a Dart 22.
Okay, nice.
1022 and a Magpul stock.
Fantastic.
So, yeah, he's got some skills, that boy. So his 1 point that he dropped was in standing.
That must have hurt.
If you see, I don't think he knew, but we certainly ribbed him to no end at the end of it. Yeah, he'll be forever known as Sean sucks at standing Marginet. Yeah, like that would have been immortalized as the perfect 250, the first 250 ever. Well, it's the first 249 ever, I believe. So that's cool. Yeah, so we had 12 guys on the line yesterday, so it was almost a full crew. It was good. It was good.
We our double Maple Seed this weekend was tested to no end. This is not a podcast about Maple Seed, but the range that we were on at Stittsville turns into basically a mud pit with rain, which we got profusely. So the morning was pretty good. Everybody was doing well, and especially the first day, we must have had 6 or 8 loaner rifles, all 1022s on the line. So
Yeah,
essentially, it was all
really.
1022s with the exception of 1 or 2 Mark II.
Yeah.
And eventually, things got muddy and gritty, and the
Oh
1020, like
no,
just as we were ramping into the MQTs, I mean, it was failure after failure.
they're all going
We
down.
ran the line back and forth with bore snakes and oil and
Oh,
to try to
oh my
keep
God.
things running.
Oh, brutal, brutal.
But when we sat for dinner at the end of the day, like I made the comment, like I actually have grit in between my teeth right now. Like I can,
Oh my
there's
God.
dirt in my mouth. Like it was everywhere. It was everywhere.
No thanks. I'm
Uh,
out.
but
Ours was cold but dry.
yeah,
Yeah,
well, the participants were troopers. It was cold. It was pretty windy, and obviously it was messy. But
yeah,
no, they stuck it through. Everybody was smiling. So kudos to the whole group Saturday and
yeah,
Sunday.
yeah.
Sunday
You
was
guys
much better
looked.
though. It was
That's
warmer.
good. Yeah, nice. It's a great way to spend a day, and everyone can learn something. Yeah, sorry, Dan. We thought you were. I wasn't there, so I didn't know it was a 75-yard support stage. So we take back about all those mean things we said about you suggesting 75 support side. The 75 yards sounds like the distance. So we'll have to measure. Yeah. Yeah, Rob, I do agree. Quality components. He's the Area 419 of Canadian precision components, I think. He's got the new brass weights for the slimline M locks for all those non ACC guys, which is pretty cool. I think you were running those, aren't you, Rob? They look pretty hot. Good balancing. And I guess on that note, we can I'll give you a teaser of the November December raffle coming up. So I've been spending the last couple of days working with our sponsors, and we are putting together an all Canadian competition rifle raffle. The
Sweet.
Yeah, so it's going to be a ultimatum precision deuce action with an IBI barrel of your profile choice and your twist rate choice. It'll be a Trigger Tech trigger. It's going to be in an MDT ACC chassis, and it's going to have an Apex Rival optic on it. So that'll be the draw is going to be December 15th. As soon as I get some time, I'll put up we'll be selling stickers for that. So there'll be 100 stickers sold. There'll be $100 each. So get yours today. Well, you get yours tomorrow when I get the website updated. So yeah, so that'll probably be the first all Canadian competition build. Though I think Sammy Oscar Mike had a Tangent Theta in an ACC.
Inter
I
MX.
believe. Oh, Rimex. Oh, he's out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't think anyone has an all Canadian yet. So
You'd have to put a Tangent Theta on a Savage
On a
Mark II or B22. Be all Canadian.
Oh, there you go. There you go. And those things can shoot though. That's true.
Yep.
Yeah. Just slap it all on there. But and I think and Sean at Marginet's going to donate some components as well. I haven't finalized exactly what, but it's going to be soup to nuts, all Canadian. So yeah, there you go, for sure. All Canadians possible now. The new hotness. But the Savage Mark II is still viable. Mind you, they had some extraction issues.
Yeah. Hopefully they
at the
find a
match.
solution to that before next season.
Yeah. And we're going to have Vanya on the podcast the week before the finale event. We're going to get him to sit down and talk to us about all the plans, the different optics he's going to get. And we'll have, if all goes right, we'll have a demo optic at the match for folks to look through and compare. And we'll have all the optics that from Vortex and Athlon and Leupold and Minox and US Optics available for people to compare, take notes, see what they like. So that'll be good. Plus all the other stuff that everyone's got, all the Tangent Thetas and the ZP5s. John's got 50% of the ZP5s in Canada, so we can get a chance to look at least one of those, right, John?
May as well.
There you go. And the March Genesis and the other March scopes. That'll be a good opportunity for folks to check things out. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I think that was it. So that's the All Canadian Competition Rifle Raffle, the ACCRR. So stay tuned for that. We'll post on Facebook when it goes live. Yeah, and but the Apex optic is only going to be delivered once they start shipping, obviously in the new year. So you have to wait a little bit for that. So, but
Oh, I got spare optics.
John's going to win it. John, you don't need another rifle. Didn't you just say you didn't need another rifle?
That's true. That is true. You got a valid
Yeah,
point.
true. Yeah.
But any profile, maybe a carbon fiber.
Oh, there you go.
Oh,
Something
ACC
different.
though.
Well, it's an all Canadian competition rifle. That is the signature competition chassis, right?
Yeah, this is true.
But John's already pretty close to that with his your deuce bill, ultimatum deuce. All you're missing is the optics on top. So
yeah,
there you go.
but I'm not quite sure I'm ready to downgrade from the Minox. So
who says it's a downgrade?
I don't think you're going to lose if you change optics.
Yeah, probably not. Honestly, though, Thomas, it's not possible to go to a Japanese built scope and not be a downgrade.
Oh yeah.
Where's Minox from? Germany?
Yeah. Like
I don't know. You have to check it out, though.
Oh, I'm sure I'll check it out. But the thing is, its optical design is going to be one of their optical designs that you can buy from X amount of different manufacturers, which is also a good thing because I think you can confidently buy it knowing that it's going to have good internals, it's going to track, it's going to be reliable, yada yada, whatever. I wouldn't be scared of it personally. Yeah. But it's not going to turn the world upside down.
Yeah.
You have no idea how many times I've looked at that website and thought of clicking that button recently.
Yeah, but it's only 5% of the population that's going to notice that difference, John.
Yeah.
Right.
And I'm not one of them.
For 90% of the people out there, it's going to be a huge upgrade. Or not huge, it'll be a noticeable upgrade.
Doesn't really matter. Or you're in the area where it doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah, it's all subjective at that point, potentially, right? You think about it, there's guys that are finishing top 10 with Vortex Diamondback tacticals, right?
I think it comes down to the usability of it more than anything. Like glass quality.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll be on par with all the higher, the top end, maybe not the extreme top end, but the high end stuff. And then it comes down to, I don't know, I'm getting pretty picky about Reticle, and I have, I didn't used to have an opinion about what I want, but after trying a few, there are things I look for now.
You've come a long way in your 8 months in open class, eh?
Yeah. That was such a mistake.
Yeah. No, I agree though. Reticle is very important.
Yeah, and that's a personal decision. But I do like that Apex Rival Reticle. That looks pretty sweet.
That's nice. I stared at it quite a bit because as much as I truly enjoy shooting the Cronus that I have, there are little things like, for example, the numbers on the mill reticle are on the left hand side, but my eye naturally looks for them on the right hand side, so I catch myself looking for them still after using it for a few months. I'm sure it'll eventually drill into me, but little things like that,
eventually.
Yeah, it's a 0.2 mil hash marks on the lines, but I like that the what do they call it? The clear reticle, I think CLR, the Apex one. I think it's.
Oh, maybe.
Starting to wonder if he's there.
Oh, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh,
I can hear you guys, but I can't see you. Can you hear me?
So the guy in Ottawa is having worse connection than a guy sitting in the parking lot of Marathon, Ontario gas station.
Apparently. Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Perfect.
I can
Yeah.
hear you now.
So what I was saying is you have the point .2 hash mills everywhere,
Yeah,
but I do like that they have that little post right at point .5, which kind of draws your eye, and then it's kind of easy to split the difference, right? Do you want to be a little
yeah,
bit above to the point .6 or a little below on the point .4? Anyway, things like
yeah,
that I think it's got a lot going for it.
Have you used DBR7?
yeah.
The
Yes. Is
Vortex?
that yeah? That's the one in the Strike Eagle, right? 7C or something like
Yes.
that. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I like it a lot too.
Okay. It's one of the features that
That's a nice one.
positively can't
Is that the same
stand.
one with the Venom?
I
Yes.
think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
you're
we'll
saying
have a
you
we'll have a demo
don't like
Venom
it
at
or you do like
the
it?
finals.
I don't.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, that's like I've got a DBR7 out here, and I've tried, but it just does not work.
Doesn't work
Now there's a
exactly.
couple things going on with it. I think their hash marks are too long,
Hmm.
and with the Apex they're shorter.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
maybe I'd be willing to look through it, but I'd not. I personally would prefer to have half and quarter
Yeah.
over having .2s and then a .5. It's not symmetrical, and my brain doesn't cycle with it then.
And it's a super personal thing, right? Like what works for
Oh
me
yeah.
might not work for you. So, um, one thing I was looking for, and I tried recently, our range here had a Aries 3 to 18.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, what I was looking for, it's got the APRS 6, which I like. Um, what I was hoping is that the reticle would be, I guess, a little thicker, which would mean that I can read it better at 10x. Because on the
Oh,
Cronus
yeah.
at 10x, it looks like a straight line to me. Like I cannot use it at
It's
all.
not big enough.
Nope.
You have to break it up to 14 or something to make it readable for you.
Yeah, I'd say like 16, I can do it quick.
Yeah.
At somewhere between 15 and like there's a point after 15 where I basically just line up with the middle, right? It's between 1 and 2, so it becomes
Right.
more of a, is it left of center or right of center on that 0.5 type of thing.
Right.
There we go. CLR, competition reticle, is the apex line.
That's one of the things I liked. Their 0.03 of a mil is the line thickness. The Minox is 0.035 in the ZP5s, and I like that. And I would like a little bit thicker, like that. The exact thing you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Because usually, if you're going to run down in the 8 to 10 range, it's because you want to be fast, right?
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, you can't see your reticle.
Yeah.
And then the manufacturer turns around, makes a 3 to 15 or a 3 to 18, and puts the same blasted reticle in. Like,
Exactly.
Stupid.
So that's going to be one of my questions for I forget his name,
Vanya.
Vanya.
Yeah.
Next, and to be honest, there's another question I have for manufacturers. In the U.S., there's a fixed power scope. I think it's
SFWA.
Yeah, 10x, which was super popular in the beginning of NRL 22. And I wish we had a fixed power option like that with a good mill reticle that is lightweight, because personally, I think this should be the standard scope for youth. My son cannot deal with all the knobs on my scope, so he uses only the reticle. But he's carrying all this extra weight that he has a hard time, keeping up. So I think like
Right.
a simple scope, and obviously, you have to have a market for it, and I don't think youth is big enough of a market, but it would be really nice to have a fixed power scope
There's
with
got
a
to be
decent
one out
reticle.
there. Someone's got to have one out there, or like a 1 to 8.
Yeah. Well, that's going to be the, sort of maybe the next option is those low power,
Variable optics. Yeah.
but a lot of them are built around idea. So
Yeah.
I looked pretty closely at the Athlon Halo or
Yeah.
Helos, not sure how to
Helos.
pronounce it, recently
Yeah.
because of that.
That's
It
a 2
has
to
a reticle that has a decent.
yeah. That's a 2 to
It's like
12.
2 to 12, I think, or 4 to
Yeah,
12, something like that.
It was 2 to 12, I think.
So really nice little scope, but the way the reticle was laid out wasn't visual enough. Like I don't know how to explain it. Like I don't think I could coach my son on how to so hold
Yeah.
2.5. Like he can do 2.5, but the 0.2 hash marks, we're gonna run into some problems with that. So
I wonder if we
I
could get
don't
like a spec competition with that one fixed 10 power scope for everybody.
yeah, that'd be neat.
Yeah.
And whatever money you save on all the fancy internals, put it back into the optics
Oh, why
itself.
don't you get the Bushnell fixed 10 power? Oh, it's only a mil dot. It's not a mil
Yeah,
reticle.
exactly. So it has to have that
Yeah, it's got to have
complete
the hash
reticle.
marks, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder.
I mean, hell, I'd probably use one too if it was.
You can probably get Apex to configure one for you.
That's the idea.
What do you think, John? Are you sold on that idea?
No.
Somebody says peep sights. Yeah.
Peep sights.
He's got good eyes though, better than mine, so maybe.
Yeah.
Just trying to think. There is another. There's more fixed 10s out there.
Yeah. I would do a search, but I got no internet bandwidth out
But
here.
I'm not sure where you'd get them in Canada. Like Tesro has the what are they called? Citron. I don't know if they still make a 10.
Maybe. That would be coming from the F class, maybe, side of their scopes.
Well, not F class, but I'm not sure that it would have a mil reticle at all. And I guess, yeah, they have more of the...
You checking Testro's website?
Yeah, they more have the target style ones.
So someone was asking me, and unfortunately it just says Facebook user. What do I like about the RPRS 6?
Yes.
What I liked about it is that its consistency. I found that I ran into some problem with the ABR 7, where, if I remember correctly, the wind dots are 0.2s, and then on the other axes you had like some 0.5s or something like that. So that tripped me up quite a few times. Especially, I remember actually trying to mill a target with the wrong set of dots, and that didn't work too well. So consistency. The 0.2 mil hash marks I thought were useful. It took a little bit of getting used to at first, because I used to think more in terms of, is it a half mil or just above or below a half mil? Now I can be a little bit more precise. And I actually started using a bit more often the illumination, and the fact that the entire reticle is illuminated, I think, is really useful, instead of having just parts of it. So that's the reason I actually waited for quite a long time for that reticle.
Did yours show up now?
Yep. Yeah, I've had it a couple of months probably.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
quite happy with it.
Citron just has a mil dot with the half mil marks as well. So half and 1 mil.
And then Matt said something about the USO FX10
Yep.
fixed 10 power. I'm gonna have to look at that.
Yeah.
Not sure I can spend more on my son's optic than mine, but we can fix that quickly.
Yeah. Looks like Rick left us. Oh, he's coming back.
Sorry, guys.
I'm surprised
Can you see me?
he got
Can you
that
hear me?
far. There we go. Yep.
Yeah.
Hello. Hey, sorry, guys. I made the mistake of checking something on my phone.
And we lost you.
I only have so much bandwidth available. Yeah, I know. Yeah, let's wait to see what that Apex rival looks like, and then convince him to make a LPVO 1 to 10, or even just fix.
And
I wonder how
since it's
much of a
going to
market
live
there
on
is
a
in a
semi in mine,
fixed 10
for
power.
me, then might as well put a little red dot in the middle too.
There you go. Oh, there you go. Yeah, nice. Awesome.
I think we can hear your.
You guys been practicing for the
diesel
finale?
meter.
Oh yeah, let me
Got
turn it down.
Serious lag.
It's my. Yeah, sorry guys. How bad's the lag?
Sounds like you're sitting on a boat or something.
Wait.
Sorry, let me mute.
It's all good, Rick. It's not. It's not louder than you are.
It's not too bad. Okay, good.
No, it's not bad.
Yeah, it was getting cold, so I had to turn the heater on. It's like
Fair enough.
It's cold out there. It was snowing. There's snow on the ground and snow in the trees up here.
Oof.
It's that time of year.
I'm bringing it with me. I know. It was like that last year or 2 years ago when I went through November. There's lots of snow. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the finale.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we should have like 60 people there.
Yeah. Should have
I'm
100.
so sad I'll be traveling. I can't make it.
Oh, you can't make it, Thomas? You can't make it?
I'll be.
No?
Nope. I've got a pretty important business trip, so one
Oh,
I
that's too
cannot delegate to someone else, unfortunately.
That's all right. Next time.
Yeah.
You got to do what you got to do, man.
That's right. Got to pay for all these nice toys, you know.
I haven't asked my wife yet. I have to wait a week.
If your wife's like, Ryan, you probably don't have to ask.
Because she's not going to be there.
She already knows.
Yeah.
I was telling the guys earlier, you know, where they're like, "Oh, who's going to shoot Saturday?" And basically, because of the 20 hours of maple seed that I pulled last weekend, I'm kind of grounded. So
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm on parent duty this weekend.
That's fair.
Yeah, absolutely. But that's okay. I'll take the boys to the range. It just means I can't stay very long. That's all.
There you go. There's ways.
Well,
There's ways.
Unfortunately, I had to pull all my targets in today, so.
Oh yeah.
They're working the field out here, so.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you going to be interested in hosting any CRPS matches at the Gingrich farm? Maybe one. Yeah. I guess we should have started looking at the schedule, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, hopefully we'll have to do it in the spring, so it'll have to be like an April one again.
Okay.
Because we got corn here, so
okay.
I'm just gonna put the year out.
Yeah.
I got some other ideas.
Okay. We'll go through it. We'll make it work.
We'll have to see.
Yeah.
Gotta find a place that I can do it 8 months out of the year and just run a CRPS every month.
Yeah, there's places around. You just have to, if you'd stop working so much, John, you'd be able to, dedicate more time to something that is money consuming instead of money generating.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I should really get my priorities right.
I know. Just get it together, man. Just get it together, would you?
Give me 2-3 months and I'll do that. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Sounds good.
At least 2.
And then we need to find something in Quebec and then Ottawa Valley somewhere. That's the big thing. Just to get the Montreal shooters somewhere to go. So
yeah.
I've talked to Travis. Travis is going to be hosting again up in Avonmore.
Nice.
So we'll have that spot.
Pretty nice venue.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Perfect. It was perfect. It's wide enough. Yeah, he's all pretty excited about it. So we just got to get the crew of volunteers to help out.
That's good
make life
news. I
easier.
thought he was a little in shock after the first match, but
Yeah,
second one will be better.
that was the first match he shot and the first match he
I know.
match directed. he just dove right in.
Yeah.
It's good though. Go in, go all in, right?
Yeah.
Why not? Yeah. Awesome. Anything else, guys? Any other topics we should cover? Since we're all on at the same time for. That's pretty much it.
Guess that's
Just
pretty
a
much
match
it.
recap.
Oh, yeah. Chris.
What?
He built a mover.
Oh, did
Oh
he?
yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I was shooting at it Saturday there.
Was it working all day?
Never quit.
Nice.
Sweet.
Yeah.
That sounds pretty good.
Yeah, no, I very, very simple design.
Nice.
Not going down.
Nice. That's awesome.
Yeah. No.
That's encouraging.
So
We
I
need more
took a
movers.
video and a few pictures.
Yeah. I didn't see any posted media on that yet.
No, it was the first day he had it running.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, no, he had it running in his yard. It's the first day he got shot at.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah. So
Nice.
no, I'm
Sounds good.
thinking we're gonna see some more movers next year.
Nice. Yeah, I haven't seen.
Maybe the finale.
Oh, maybe. We'll see.
Maybe. He didn't say.
Yeah.
I'm just assuming.
Yeah.
Usually about 1.5 miles per hour is what the movers have been doing, and 150 to 180 yards.
That's a good distance for a mover.
Yeah, but then it's usually a fairly big plate, like a 2
Yeah.
mil plate.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah,
personally, I think that's going to end up changing because most of us in Ontario have shot at a mover now.
Yeah.
No,
So
yeah,
With pretty high.
quite a few.
too.
Yes.
would that be like
Which
a
is good.
1/3 IPSC or an 8-inch maybe?
Oh,
I think they were
10
10.
inch.
Yeah.
10?
10. Usually the circle. 10-inch circle.
Like 1.5 miles, so 12 inch at 200 yards.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's solid mil and a half. Because I know you need about your 1.5 mil lead,
Yeah.
and if you're holding front edge, you're gonna hit back edge.
Yeah.
So it's not particularly difficult.
It's just different.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, it definitely puts your brain in a scatter if you've never done it before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's there and back. Is it just one way? Or it goes back and forth?
it goes back and
and
forth.
Nice.
Yeah.
Which means depending
People
on
always-
where the win is, you
Yeah.
have to add it or subtract it, and that makes
Yeah.
things kind of. But it's fun. It's yeah.
Yannick would just dial the wind on then.
Yeah. Because he's kind of like that.
And then line up at the back of his reticle with the trajectory, and he, in the video he made about movers,
Oh yeah.
he sure went deep. But that's pretty cool. I mean, I saw the video just before the NRS finale, and unfortunately, we never got to shoot it because the thing went down beforehand. But I was really looking forward to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It happens.
Yeah, that one was it at 180?
Yes,
It's usually around that distance. Just far
180-ish with a 10-inch circle.
Yeah, that's a good size.
Great, so it's still in the mil and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good size.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a gimme. No, it's kind of a gimme.
It's pretty close.
Yeah.
But like Grant Sparling, he went down to the States for the regional.
Yeah.
And a lot of small targets. Very small
Yeah.
targets. Now, closer, of course.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I'd love to compare that course of fire with the Western Championship in terms of size and distance. because I dropped the size by 1 and added maybe 10 to 20 yards to the targets.
You say
Just
you
to
would
make
have.
I did. Like the hit percent was at the Westerns.
Well, I can
That was,
tell you.
that was top score. It wasn't high. Maybe just over
No.
50. Just over 50%. Yeah. Hey, Rob, be careful what you ask for. Yeah, I think it was like it was 10 something, and we had 205 rounds.
The first place hit percentage is 58%, and the
58%.
average is 36.
So you only hit 3 out of 10 targets.
So if you compare that to Warrenfield this spring, which had gnarly wins as well, that was a 35% average.
Right.
But we had 65% first place.
Yeah. So I don't know where the Easterns are going to be. It's probably going to be a little higher. Mind you, it's Chris, so depends on the wins.
It'll be a
Yeah, it's not a gimme. It's not a meatball match. Chris don't do meatball matches.
no. So our series average is 44%, so down 1% from last year still. And our average first place is 74%.
That's not bad. It's a little on the low side, but it's not bad. It's in
Up
the
from
ballpark.
67 last year.
I didn't think last year was that hard. Yeah, interesting.
No,
The
top is moving up. The average is now kind of leveled out.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yep. Oh,
it's good.
I don't know, like how many new shooters do we have this year? 65 new shooters. So it keeps growing. And once again, we didn't get the Maritimes in.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was saying they had targets down to 0.3 mils, if I remember correctly, which is 1 MOA.
Really?
They had a lot of very, very small targets. Yeah.
We're still talking about Rimfire here?
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. But the furthest was 215 yards.
Oh, that was it.
As they were
Oh,
pretty close.
It's like a ORPS plus, ORPS XL match.
Yeah.
So not much wind effect.
Well, 200 yards,
Yeah.
you still get it. But a majority of the match they didn't have a lot of wind. He said if there would have been wind, it would have been pretty sporty. But as it was, they had a lot of cleans.
Yeah. I think it depends. The question of making the targets bigger, we've actually been making them smaller because the skill levels are going up, and there's more ORPS available. So theoretically, that should scratch the itch for hit rates at ORPS matches.
Which series was that you're comparing to in the US?
That was PRS.
The PRS. I wonder, because I saw a lot of videos from the NRL X22, I think.
Yeah.
And what struck me is the amount of prone stages they had in there. That's certainly going to help your hit average.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which I didn't get the impression that this was a prone match.
Yeah.
That he was at.
I don't know. So the difference between 75% and 80% hit rate, that's what, an extra 5 hits? Or maybe an extra 10 hits over 2 days, roughly, right?
Yeah. Be a little bit more because usually we're running like 110 round matches.
Yeah. So let's say 15, so seven extra hits a day for the good shooters. And to get new shooters up to 50%, that'll be like 45, 50 hits more. But then that's going to bump up the top shooters to over 90? So it's hard to balance the two, right?
It's actually, I think, going to be very hard because the stats that we have here, our CRPS in the East was all this spring.
Yeah.
If we look at what happened with the NRS, which is what we had in here in the summer,
Yeah.
our hit rates, our top guy hit ratios are higher. We're running the 90s.
Okay.
The problem is the mid guy is not really going up.
Yeah.
Much. So if we give the mid guy a 50 to 60% hit ratio,
Yeah.
we're running in the 90s for sure with your top guys.
Maybe not though, because the top guys are going to hit it no matter what size they are. So like things that are 150 and in should be bigger. You know, maybe because the top guys aren't going to miss that stage, those stages.
Yeah.
So we just kind of add more low hanging fruit for those guys. So instead of 4, it's 6 inches, right? Instead of a 1/3 IPSC, it's an 8-inch plate, right? Then we just leave the 150 and out the same size.
Take all the diamond targets and turn them so they're square.
Turn them square. So no more triangles. Make them squares.
No,
I mean,
I don't know.
that could work. All right, Doug, take it easy, man. We'll catch up after. Yep, no worries. Yeah,
I see a little bit of that. I see a little bit of that in
the
ORPS also. Like
Yeah.
we still have some, some new shooters that are shooting, and that's why September and October were a little bit. They were cleanable because I was trying to appeal. We've had a string of new shooters, both me and also Guelph, and these guys are going home with 30, 40. So that's 3 hits, 4 hits. I was trying to bring those guys up, right? And then we ended up with people cleaning the entire. So I have to put a few targets out there that will spread
I think
the top shooters, but
yeah, and I think the way to do it is up close ones make them bigger, and leave the far ones hard, because the good guys will always hit the close ones anyway, no matter what size you put them at. But at least anything closer than 50 and in should be.
Yeah,
and maybe that's what we do for
an offhand stage in there. That usually puts a little bit of distance between the leaders and their really heavy rifles. So
yeah. Well, the problem is with CRPS is like there is no one match director now, right?
True.
Everyone's doing their match.
Well, that's
each
also kind of cool.
Yeah,
because they all have their signature.
And I don't want to get into dictating. You must use 6 to 8 inch targets, 150 and closer. It's I think if we leave ORPS as kind of the proving ground and kind of the I'm not going to say farm team, but it's your practice and get better league. And then when you're ready to test your skills, you move up the next set of events, which is either Sniper Series or CRPS.
No, I really do think the ORPS has to stay easy.
Yeah, but it shouldn't be cleanable by the same guy every month. There's easy and there's too easy, right? It should be competitive. It should be competitive, but it should be a challenge for everybody, right? Like 100% hit rate multiple months in a row is not good for the winner.
Fair enough.
Right. Yeah. All we needed was 1 or 2 stages that were one size smaller, and that would have done it. So, but again, is everyone having fun? Yeah, absolutely. Right. We're just nitpicking. I'm just nitpicking here, right? So.
Yeah, at the end of the day, I think most of our ORPS matches feel more like a garage league of hockey. Like it's about the community and getting together with friends. So
it's about drinking beer and shooting. That's what.
Well, that's frowned upon on the range that we shoot at. But yes, I
know, and it's frowned upon at all ranges we shoot at.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I was trying to. How do I get to share my screen? Whoa.
Oh, there. I'll do it, John.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know if some guys have maybe seen this, but for the Voodoo Gunworks matches in the States.
Yeah.
They're the Voodoo series or whatever you want to call it. This is what they're actually using as their guidelines
Yeah.
for target size.
Yeah, that's about right.
And initially, it looks a little bit off because we have a really high, really broad range right in here, and here it gets narrow again, and that's because for these far targets, they're
Yeah.
not doing the little and no support.
Yeah.
But when I was
Wow.
looking through here, they'd be very, very similar to what we see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's again, Warrenfield had hellacious wins. Kamloops had hellacious wins. We would have got at least 10 to 20% higher scores in ideal conditions. Medicine had high wins. Nanaimo didn't have high wins. That's it. And the finale is going to have some wins. So.
Oops.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that makes huge difference because you look at like Warrenfield there, it had the wins.
Yeah.
And the hit percentages track with the Western matches then.
Yeah. What was Avonmore's hit percentage like?
Avonmore was the rock and roll was 87.
Oh, so there you go. And the average?
47.
Okay, so that's a good match then. And that's typical, right?
Yeah. So you said Nanaimo had no wind?
Yeah, no wins there.
And that was 49 and 83.
Yeah, there you go.
Medicine Hat, 50 and 78.
Yeah, we had wins. So that's not bad.
And then the CHAS Ches was 41 and 69.
That one was a little trickier. I don't remember it being very windy.
Right. Saskatoon.
That's always windy there.
46 and 68.
68, eh?
And your championship there at 36 and 58.
That was brutal. That was twitchy wins. And I think at Saskatoon, that was a tough match. Dalen did a really tough match on that one. But those guys have been shooting rimfire every month for the last couple of years, so he knows his crew. That's kind of what they like to shoot, I think.
Great.
As part of their regular practice or regular shooting conditions. So, yeah, that's life. Yeah, I mean we try and balance it out, but sometimes it's out of our control. Yeah, I resemble that remark, Rob Longridge. Small sample size.
Oh boy, I could tell you that. But I guess it would depend how we want to split it out.
For what? The score SD?
Score SD based on competitor or cross matches?
You'd almost want to segregate new shooters versus experienced shooters. Also, that's significant, right?
Oh yeah, like if you look in the report card, the guy who shot more years is going to be higher. Like it's experience. It's so obvious.
Yeah. So if you exclude new shooters out of the average shooter score, like you don't want your second, third year guys not hitting well, right? Because then you're not. But if it's your first time, you might hit like 3 or 4 targets because everything's hard. No, I don't know.
Yeah, it's all interesting stuff.
I'll be curious to get that gear analysis for this year once the finale's done.
Yeah,
just see how it shifted compared to last year. That's going to be significant, I think.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to know who's moving up and who's moving out. So.
Yeah, like the the trends. Like your optics aren't going to really change, I don't think. Vortex is still going to be Vortex and
Yeah.
Athlon. They've got it, right?
Yeah, I think you're gonna see a shift from moving around percentages. Last year, Diamondback Tactical was like, I don't know, 70% of Vortex optics
Yeah.
used or something. It's pretty significant.
Yeah, that'll change.
Yeah, yeah. I'm just
But
curious.
rifles will be the big one, I think. Yeah.
Chassis is gonna be ACC. There's nothing really. MPA is kind of moving up a little bit, but not statistically. You know,
It's not. Yeah.
it's not going to be a big swing.
No.
XRS maybe a little more, but still ACC is everywhere I go.
Yeah, I took some pictures for the last couple matches, and it's like,
Yeah,
there is no other.
yeah. There's no. I think it's the best bang for the buck right now.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's shocking. I was just looking at my report card. I shot only 2 CRPS this year. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Evanmore and Warren Field.
Yeah. Well, you're boycotting the finale.
What? Well, yeah, no.
Well,
Well,
see that the whole thing though is you shot a lot of matches though. That's the nice part.
yeah.
Like we don't want to be the only game in town. We shouldn't be the only game in town. There should be options, and it's not a bad year, right? It's just from a stats perspective, it's challenging, but as long as you're able
And
to
from a
shoot.
scheduling perspective, that was a nightmare.
Yeah, but now you've got options, which is great, right? So there's always going to be at least one match a month. Someone's going to be running a match a month somewhere, and there's always ORPS. So, like CRPS,
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of matches next year.
Yeah, CRPS would love to be not needed, right? The whole goal was to get events going and people shooting. So for us, mission accomplished, right? That's I'd love to just, hey, I'm just going to go shoot a match now. That's my dream, right? I'd love to say, you know what, I'm going to focus on doing better at matches now. I'm going to practice. I'm going to show up, have my game face on, not worry about doing a million things at the same time. Yeah. So anyway, all right, guys. Anything else you want to cover? I think we're an hour and a half. Oh, yeah. Kareem wants to know Rimex or Deuce, John? Rimex or Deuce at the finale?
Deuce.
Deuce. Deuce is.
I'm not going to give away any points. I'm coming there to win, man.
There you go, buddy. There you go. Kevin shooting the finale too?
Kevin Guyette?
Yeah. Who's in the top 5 for the Eastern and Open?
He's on the top.
There's you, Kevin. Who else is out there?
Well, it's a little bit deceiving because Yannick's only got 2 matches.
Yeah.
And fortunately, the only match he hasn't won this year was a CRPS match. He had a rough go the first one this year.
Yeah.
So he's right behind Edwitz there, but because he only has 2, you could say he's just going to get another. He's going to get his 200 points.
Yeah.
Which puts him at 387. So Kevin Goyette has a really, really, really good shot at it.
It's going down to the finale.
The only way we'll know.
Yeah.
And she's going to be tight.
Yeah. I'm going to post a day 1 stat. Big letters
nice.
for everyone.
Yeah.
No, I'm not going to do that. Some guys don't want to know that.
Oh, yeah. I like to know that.
I'll be checking practice score.
Kevin's
I'm gonna
20 points ahead of me, so that means I got to beat him by 11. So you're done.
11.
I wonder if he's been practicing. I haven't seen him at the range all that much, so we'll see.
We'll see. We'll find out.
No, it's going to be a lot of fun. Really looking forward to it. I like when the pressure's on.
Good. There you go. Just settle
I
down
would
and
guess
shoot.
so. I'd be
I don't know
surprised
if-
if it's not.
I don't know if Kevin really practices to win. You know what I mean? I think he practices because it's fun. I don't know.
You know, he definitely has practiced.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, he's
He put a lot of time
definitely
in
a contender.
fine-tuning his use of the tripod.
Tripod deploy on the clock
He's
for
done pretty
Eastern.
well.
Yes. So tripod deploy is what we ran at the Western Championships. So that's a rule we're starting at the championships this year, and we're rolling out into the rule book for 2022. Tripods fully collapsed and deployed on the clock.
Mm-hmm.
So
And then for next year, that'll run into all the matches.
I think
Yeah.
the rule book is already updated. I just haven't announced it yet.
Great.
We also added the Ruger Rimfire
Good.
Precision in the production class
Yeah.
officially.
Mm-hmm.
So that's good.
Good.
It's in keeping with all the other series rules. So
Yeah.
train like you fight.
Yeah.
All these rimfire trainers everyone's using. Training for what? Training for rimfire.
They're not
That's what
trainers.
Matt was
no
saying.
more.
He's going to shoot his centerfire. Is his trainer for 22?
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, gents. I think we're gonna call it an hour and 30.
Have a good one.
Thanks,
So,
gentlemen.
if you happen to be in Ottawa, give me a call.
I will for sure let you know. See if we can hook up for a coffee or something.
All right.
Yeah.
You know where
Because
to find me.
I saw you on the way out, didn't I?
Yep.
Yeah. So I'll see you.
That
on the
was
way
your
back in.
last,
Yeah. There you
second
go.
year in a row, basically.
I know.
Can't remember
Just makes
what.
sense.
I had some equipment to give back to you this year. I can't remember what it was the year before.
I don't know.
Oh, didn't
Scope?
I pick up some stuff from Tesro for you?
I
Maybe.
think so. Probably. One of us is always giving somebody something.
Yeah.
All right, Tom.
Anywho.
Thomas,
All right.
thank you.
Well, I look
John,
forward
thank you
to
very much.
seeing you.
Yeah. All right, everybody. Have a good night. Thanks
Yeah,
again
See
to
you in November.
thanks to Tesro for their amazing support, and I will probably be visiting Asmir on my way through as well. See if I can pick up some more toys because I don't have enough toys in my life. Yeah. All right, everybody. Have a good night. Don't
Take care.
forget to like and subscribe and share. Take it easy.